So okay, for now I will extract this for today, like I said earlier. So for those who are just joining, so I will be talking about briefly about form handling. Okay, form stroke file handling, where we have to get inputs from user and probably maybe transform or transform or transform the user input into an actual data. Okay, so we will get user input and save it into a file, then get the file, and maybe in some subsequent classes, I think in next class, so we'll talk about authentication. So then we'll be able to do a lot of things pertaining to handling user data, and then we'll be using JSON file for today's class. And then after that, so we'll talk briefly on introduction to object-oriented programming. So for now, I think I already talked about this template. So I'll copy it down to our directory where we'll be working for today. So yeah, CodeCamp, we have the beginner. So I'll open up my editor. And I'll paste before then, I will paste this out of here. I'll just paste it here. So it's here. It has different files, plenty of files. Okay, so while code is loading, all right. So I think last time I did introduce, we did talk about super globals and so on and so forth. So today we'll be delving and then talking about just a lot of things. So we did talk about this, and today we will. Okay, so intro to OP slash. But before then, this is what we will be talking about. I think I did told you not to bring this out again. Okay. So basically, yeah, and we have our index file. So we have our index file. Of course, I will open the other file so we can see how it does look like, and we see what we are going to be picking out from here. All right. So typically, so this is how a PHP files, or should I say a PHP site is mostly, and call them includes, or some people do call them partials, right? So this, so for now, I'll go with includes, and then every other thing will be here. So basically, this site should have about site should have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, or about how many pages? This is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 pages. Okay, so this site should have this. Nothing is here logged in. So I'll just copy all of this out, and of course put them here. Just put them here for now. So index of PHP, and I will come here. And I will come here, and of course, I'll just cut this and then go back here, and of course, then paste this here, delete this, then rename it to index.php. All right. So then once I'm done with that, so the next thing I should do is start up a server. Remember we did talk about this. So I'll start up the server in the root directory. So now, so yeah, so we do have our site loaded at this pages, but then if you look at the HTML is really not something to write them about. Now, if you look at this thing, like I did explain earlier, if you come to this page, you see it is almost the same. Okay, they have almost the same header and then the same footer, but the only thing that changes, it's just it's just um it's just the content. All right. So building a PHP site, so most of the thing you have to figure out all the reusables. All right. I will remove all this because I think they are just basically plugged in. What is this? So next is that we'll just So you see this. Then I am just. Oh, this was not saved. So this is still just the way it was. So exactly just the way it was. And if you inspect, so you should still see the scripts there in the header. So you can still see them. So plugins. If I comment this out or if I remove this entirely. So you see this is broken now. So we've been able to abstract, okay, some essential part of the website into some places where it can be easily usable. There is some other technique I wanted to teach, but then I think let's go with the simple concept first. Probably later on, maybe when you come to advance, so we can talk about that. So I think I should abstract this as well. So yeah, I'll abstract all of this out of here. So the head should now be clean, very clean. So yeah, this should make a lot of sense now. So now the next thing I'm to do is to footer script. So yeah, now we go down to our index. I'll remove this. Um, so yeah, we have this up now. So exactly. So this should be fine now. Okay. And yeah, we refresh. Everything should still work normal. So now we are going to be abstracting a lot of things. Now, if you hit here, so you can see whatever there is not being found. So we will. site body slash footer.php. Okay. Now things are starting to look good. So I'll just paste this here. I don't care what it's doing or what it's not doing. So now this is a bit much more separated, and this will make a lot of sense. Now I'm coming down to, so we do have here. So time is really, really running fast. So I'll just do a few things. So for those of you now, so I'll pull this out as well. So because this is the other section, and yeah, so I'll pull this out for now. Include stroke site body stroke header PHP, yeah, and we go to header. I will paste this, so everything should look just pretty much the same now, but with a lot of things now. A lot of things now being with a lot of things now being organized. Now, the next thing we'll target is this link right here. All right. So you notice that this link doesn't really look nice. So it's, if we want to find that out, so we can easily now get down to here. All right. And we have the home here, and of course. So yeah. Of course, we are going to make this an associative array. So an associative array with a key. All right. So with the key to represent the link. All right. For example, slash, and then we will call it what, or so the next one is so we should be able to have another one. So it's about us, and about us. So the next one should be contact us. So I'll clean this up for now. Of course, I don't need any of them for now. So I'll clean this up for now. And so the next thing we are going to be doing is look through the array, okay, and then dynamically pull out links. So next time, probably maybe if you're asked to come and mutate any part of the application, so you can easily do that without having to go a lot of editing and then figuring out. So the easiest principle you should hold in, it should be, you should cut repetition, all right? So you have one thing in one place where you can easily reuse them all over and all over again, okay? So you can go check out about the dry principle. Dry principle, yeah, you can go read about that. So just to copy this, probably get some, what's this? Okay, so fine, and yeah, I just pull out some of the. So I will loop through the LI, all right? So I think I'll just move this here. So yeah, I think that should be it. So the next thing is for me to end whatever I'm trying to do. PHP end for each. So for now, I'll just comment this out. So key, yeah, I think with this we're done. And I don't know if I should add some other classes, but no. So I'll show you something. But before then we get down to let me dump something for you. Let me show you something. So this is going to run forever because we have actually stopped running the script. But then so for now, I'll stop running some script for now. Let me just show you what I need to show you. All right, so now you can see. So you can see. Request URL is slash. Now we can easily do some smart check here. Okay. See, request URL. Okay, so let me use the ternary operator to handle this. So I think that since you are just active, so else just that. So automatically, and we will not die this again. So can remove this for now. All right, and then we can go to the index and then I'll comment this out and everything should work fine once again. So you can see the active is there. Now, this will not work because, okay, it does work because in some cases, the index page does not exist. Sorry, it's only the index it does it. So, but then I can go create another page. Hmm. Okay, so the redirect actually work. I wanted to do something with that, but then let me leave it for the future. So for the future, we can now handle that. So I'll add the extension so it references the script directly. Okay. All right. So for now, I think I'll just work with this and refresh. Of course, we don't have. So, hmm, so I can now create another script here and call it whatever that is here. So new file .php. All right. So I refresh that and of course, if I come to this place, so I should get a blank whatever that is, that is trying to call. So now you notice that though I can easily now do lots of things, I can easily now reuse a lot of things. So I will just copy this, contact us. So I'll paste this. So the home, we don't need all this. So I'll remove just a lot of this because this is another section entirely. Okay, so for then I'll just open up the other page. So this is the page I'll be really interested in. So let me open still with Visual Studio Code, and I will just copy some few things out of there. So we are in the body section. So we do already have the header, all right? So basically, this is what we need here, and of course here, just these two. So every other thing there in the page should go. So contact us, of course, every other thing till the footer should go. So yeah, wipe this out. So now we run the script and we should have just exactly our, what's it called? Our contactors. Okay. So if you look at here, I'll remove this so you can see. So this was from the template. If you look at this thing, of course, still the same. So you have just exactly, but then the beauty of it is, with just minimal code. I can delete this out if I want, but for now, let it just stay here. So we have about 200 and, you know, 279 as of against 570. Okay. So now you can see we've been able to reuse some important part of the pages, all right? So in reproducing other pages. So for now, we'll leave this like this. So, so the next thing we actually going to be doing is so the next thing we'll actually be doing is, and of course, I can also I'm thinking of how to make this dynamic, but for now, you can there are plenty other ways to handle that. So you can check that out, and then probably that shouldn't be hard for you to know how to do. This was from 125. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, okay. All right. So now, oh, okay. So the next thing we'll be doing is actually handling the form on this file. Okay. So I think this should object-oriented programming. Okay. So we are going to include the action here in the script. Handle handle contact.php. So for now, it stays like this. So it doesn't have some other input of which I will add name, and of course name is going to be name. Name, and we have name, email. So these are identifiers for your form inputs. Okay, once if you're handling form, then we have name to be phone, and of course the next one is going to be address, and the last one is going to be description. Description or message, any of them. So for now we'll go with description. So now, so I should have another file, handle contact. Handle contact form. Okay. JSON file handler. Okay. So it stays like this for now. So because so what is actually an object-oriented programming? So we are just going to do some basic introduction. Okay. So we will talk about some other things and some other few things about what OP is, and then I'll introduce you some certain other OP concepts. So basically, what is OP? OP stands for object-oriented programming. All right. So procedural programming most times has to do with writing programs in a procedural format. All right. But then object-oriented programming supports the drive principle in ways that you can have a different object similar, okay, but different. Object in most cases, now think of an object like a person, all right? Now, if you can have 10 persons, okay, without actually you can have 10 persons without actually meaning that these 10 persons are the same. No, they are not the same. But most of the time, in respect to data, they most times have actions that are to model, your application into an object format for easy reusability. Okay. For example, you have a doc object where you only have one doc object, but many instances of doc. Okay. objects most times are synonymous to some words like instances. Instances are separate, should I say, separate containers, okay, with the same blueprint, okay, but different what properties. Same blueprints, different properties. A class is basically a blueprint, all right? So in PHP, I'm going to create this file soon. So I will create this file. So there are different types of class in PHP. So we have a normal class, we have an abstract class. Them works differently. You can go read about it. And then we also have interfaces in PHP. We have traits, and we have some other techniques. In PHP, we do have different forms of doing things like encapsulation, and this is where PHP, should I say, object-oriented programming, okay, thrives more. So you can see class is basically a representation of object blueprints in PHP. So we can have so I'll create another folder again. I'll just call it app. So inside app, I'll create that file. I think I did call it JSON file handler.p. So I'll rename, okay. So now there are some standards you use in PHP. So most times when you are declaring a class, your class should most times be according to your file name. So I'll just JSON file handler, okay? And now in a class have they have both member functions and data members, okay? Member functions are, for example, so we can have a person class, or in this case, or should I say a class? We can have a person class, all right? In this case, state a class does have attributes, e.g., example like member functions and data. So e.g., example, e.g., a person class. So we can have something like this: class, person class. All right. So these are public. So we will have, these are called access specifier in a class. Okay. So we can have name, and then move. With So y coordinate. So we can easily print So all right, so now you can see this thing is called what? This thing is called member function, okay, of a class, and we have the data member here, right? Of a class. Now, most of the time, if you are trying to, all right, so you know that one thing with human is that human does what? Have name. Human have unique name, irrespective, and they do what? They move. Data of a human includes what? Name and action associated with human is what? Move. And before you are able to move, you have to move the y. Sorry, the move is just going to show you where this user is actually making the next step to. Okay, in the coordinate of this, and then it's just an action that signify, okay, you can easily now call Celestine. So new person. All right. So I will now say Celestine equals name equals or let's say person one. We can also have another just for another member function. Because this is an action, so I can now, as I'm speaking, say my name. So print say person one, say my name. Okay, and this should print without what? Celestine. All right, so I can now say person one move. Then I give it a coordinate of x 0 point All right, so I should be able to, now this thing should be able to print out, moving from so this should be, this should be printed out. So you should see this when you run this out. Okay. Now you understand, the basic functionalities of, how the class behaves and how the class works. So we are actually going to use a class approach to be handling this. Okay. So now there is something called a constructor. So a constructor runs immediately a class is what is initialized. Okay. So, and this is how you declare a constructor. By default, every class does what have a constructor. Okay. So in this case, I want to accept the name. So I will just say, so name. All right. So now, if I am now initializing this thing, so basically, I don't need to put this line again because this will not. So this should work just the same. So now the next time I'm trying to, new a constructor. So definitely what I'm trying to do is I declare the name at once, okay? So in classes, okay, if you look up. All right. So if you look up, so you can see where I did use public. Those things are called access specifier, and we have public, and we have private. Sorry, we have public, we have protected, and we have what? We have private. And we have private. Now, what are the differences? Okay, every public access source allows you to access, data member or member functions irrespective of their scope. Okay, irrespective, so long as they are visible, irrespective of where the scope is being visible, you can access it. Protected only allows access only within, the base class or an inherited class. Okay, so the private access specifier allows access to only what? Only the base class and not inherited or if I'm using public, for example, if this is what protected, because this should be, so I cannot do this. So this is throw an error because on on a derived class. Okay, so I can only do like I can only do like I can only do this so on the derived class, right? So I cannot access it like this any longer. Okay. So for now, we will stick back to, I think probably maybe next class we'll talk more about OOP deeply. So for now, have that in mind. So for now, we have basic things. So we need to consider the direct. Is it public? No. Protected. Yeah. There. So these we have directory equals the so so now we will have get. So I'll just return um, this should look better. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. So exactly. So the next one we are going to be doing is actually saving. So, but before then, so I think we will have to. So, yeah, because there is a way Jason acts. I think I'm thinking about a lot of things. But yeah, let's just handle it this way. So for now, so I'll just let the problem. Probably if you're trying to do something, so you get the problem, and then that's. But then before, so probably you might not. So we'll talk about it. Using the web. So let's stick to this. So, yeah. So using in code. So sorry about that. So for now, I think we should be fine. And yeah, so we will just come down to where we are going to do this, and we can just say we can just add validation. Okay, if I said post, then only that is when you can run the script. So the next thing we should try to do is perform validation. So it's to perform validation, but for now, I don't even know if there's time. But for now, you can go and learn about validation. I'm just thinking. Wasn't that muted? Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm trying to. So let's just write a pretty sharp function, okay? And or no. So let's do this. Let's do it this way. So for each post. So this is just to posts as as key as key as key, then we just value. All right, so we just trim the data. So we just do something, just because we only need a special this thing, and we want to stripe all the splashes out. Stripe splash. And then we do want to trim it. So trim. So we trim the value. So this should do. For now, this should do. So of course. So I will just because I'm trying to save all the function, we're trying to get all all contacts equals, let's see, let's start from here. JSON. new JSON handler, and then we want it to be in resource. Or should it still be here? Yeah, somewhere here. Because tomorrow we may actually want to exactly. So for now, it just remain like that. Contacts.json. Yep. So we have the JSON here with us. So the next thing we are actually going to be doing is getting an existing. Let's die and see if we can get an existing JSON data. Die. So JSON gets. So easy. So the next thing we do, we just come down here. All right, so that's my email, and then of course my number, subject, test. Some gibberish. And of course, we were posted to what? Thanks. So we don't have thanks right there. Contact us. So this was for the model. I didn't see this. So this is actual. This is the actual whatever it's been called. Of course.